Hey, there we go. Where are we at? Just build the top portion of the leg. Oops. Probably gonna knock that camera around if I don't move that cable. Apologize, guys, right off the hop. So we need B1, number 3. That's right there. Go. Let's grab that leg piece, and that is going to clip in here. Which way is it going to go? That's going to go this way. So there you go, just like that. Obviously got the front side to do now. B1, 2. Piece was right beside it. See, Josh is getting to his comments on his YouTube videos. If you haven't checked out Josh's channel, by all means do that. Josh WRB. Search him. He did a great Canada Day vlog. Super awesome. He's found a new vigor on vlogging and streaming, which is awesome to see. Incredibly creative guy. So by all means, check that out. This is just kind of a stress test for me on the stream as well. Had problems with Daily JD earlier, if you do happen to watch that. Had some issues. And I was actually starting this on there. I was going to stream this to Twitch, but I don't know. The Restream IO not working so good. So there's the top of the leg piece there. It is coming along. Now we need a D1, which looks like kind of a... that goes in the back. So D1, D1. I actually went and got some Tiama clippers. I was using these guys before, the Xeron, but the thing that annoys me, if you listen, it's like kind of audible click. It drives me a little nuts, and I find these don't cut as accurately as these modeler cutters from Japan. So next time I go, I'm going to get myself another set because I like them a lot. So the back piece there. There you go. Another piece in there. Next step, want B1. That's D. Want B1, 1. These cutters are awesome. They just cut through like butter. Just like butter. So now we need C1. That's E. There's C. There's C1. Just going to cut this guy first. One bit of a pop. I should, but the other cameras on the other computer, it would just be kind of a wide shot of me at the other end. Maybe I can. Let's see if I can do that right now. Let's just add that camera in. It'll just be a big... Ooh. I guess that's the issue, essentially, is that oh, my head's off the screen there. Who knows? I guess I can temporarily angle the computer. Maybe that's a little better for you. I don't know. Let me know how that is, Oren. Something a little bit different. So yeah, we're getting like all the little pieces kind of put together. This one requires a decal. I don't know where the decals are. They're right there. I always debate putting the decals on because just do that there. Yeah, it's been a super chill day. Like I said earlier in my live stream, that was super choppy earlier was that I don't do this enough. I mean, these are from my last trip to Japan, and I just never got around to kind of getting them all done. B18. But that's the thing, when I go to Japan, there's so much cool toys and cool models and all that kind of stuff. I just, you know, I kind of really need a suitcase to get everything I want back, and kind of a lot more money. Because, so that's B18, and then I need D8 and D7. There we go. There's D8. I just need D7. D7. Just going to throw a little more light on the situation. Hopefully that doesn't change too much. Oh, it's a lot brighter for me. All right. Hopefully that's good for you guys. My hands are so massive, and these are so tiny. All you just see is my hands mucking about. All right. Did I grab the right B1? Oh, it is the right one. So this one goes in there. And that one. In there. Is it both? No, it's just one. How does that work? That does not fit quite how. Oh, that's wants both. There's two slots. Okay, so let's take that guy out. Let's not throw the pieces around. There we go. That's looking cool. And then that piece. Just trying to remember the price of this guy. It was only a few hundred yen. And like I said, they're pretty abundant everywhere, which is super cool. All right, I'm gonna flip the page here. Now I need B17. And that goes together on the outside of the leg that we built. So that goes there. And that goes there. Nice. Sweet. Now we need B2, 5, and 6. That's A. C. B2. 5 and 6. So it looks like the stream is going all right. I don't know what the deal was earlier with it lagging out. Right after that live stream, I did check my internet connection, which was fine. It must have been something. It either had to be with the software. I did update OBS. Hopefully that's just a more stable version of it. All right, so and now it's a matter of lining this up properly, I guess. Supposed to click. These are obviously supposed to somehow connect. Looks about right. Sometimes, because it's in Japanese, not 100% sure exactly how it's supposed to go. That's supposed to click. Although that's not quite reaching. There we go. Okay, there we go. Still not aligned properly. There we go. There we go. So that's all built. I believe that's the back jet booster, the back part of the leg, the knee. So we're going to have to assemble all that. Now we need D3. Some different colored pieces now. So after doing this for a while, I started using the cutters because then you don't get as many stress marks on there. Not that that's a huge deal. Not that you can really see much, and it doesn't leave any excess plastic. Like I said, these are super sharp, so that's awesome. Okay, now we need PC7. That's going to clip on the back there. And that is completed leg. It's kind of weird orientation. I don't recall him. I definitely feel like this is going the wrong way. I feel like this point should be going the other direction. We shall see. It just seems like an odd bend. I don't really want to disassemble too far, but we're going to check it out anyways. Now it's going to be articulating the right way because that actually, maybe I just have it on the wrong side is what it is. No, it's most definitely the right articulation. I'm just going to double check. Making sure that's that way. It does look like it is in fact backwards. Weirdly. It's like I've got the wrong arm. Hey, I'm gonna grab some other pieces because I think what I've done is I've assembled the wrong part of the leg. Or if I put the right knee on the left leg. So I'm gonna go forward here. We're gonna grab A17, which I think is already cut out, which is this guy. But that might be A18, and that might be our problem here. So we want A20, which is also put together, I think. So A20. All right, so these legs are very much identical at this juncture. So that being said, I'm going to jump back and go back to what I was doing before. So we've got A10. Disassemble him a little bit too. So I've got A10. It's weird because A10 See, it looks like the instructions are a bit messed up here because A10 is still here. That's showing backwards. A5 and A8 were put together. Or A8 and 5. And this is where it might be the issue. So there you go, that way. A5. Definitely that way. So there's that knee joint. It's going to go that way. Maybe it is the joint. I don't know. It seems very odd kind of assembly. And there's A10. Basically shows the switch up. Okay, so that's correct now as to the diagram. So there we go. That goes in. It looks like the we'll get back to that. Get back to that. Oop. Dang. This extra piece probably doesn't actually belong there. on, we can do this. There we go. Oh my god. A little bit of work in that. Took a little bit of work in that. That's good. We've got that piece in place still. The kneecap, we've got that done. Of course, we've got those. Back to this again, which was entertaining the first time, so I imagine it'll be entertaining again. Slowly. I don't know if you're still watching, Oren. Are you heading to the Twitch meetup in July there? Just curious. I'm just curious how things are going with you too, man. Like, I know you've had some weird stuff going on. And we're going to get the back leg on again. Go. So I'm guessing it's kind of a weird kind of setback leg. So there it is, all assembled. Whoop. It's kind of weird. The pivot point's freaking me out a bit because I would figure a knee bends a certain way, but in looking at it, I would think that that's the case, but because I'm looking at the diagram, it looks a lot more like that should be the back of the knee, but for whatever reason, it is not. And even in the diagram, oh, maybe it is. Or maybe it's not. It really looks like it should be the other way. Yeah, man, looking forward to it. I wonder if it's a bigger bar this time around. I'm not sure. I think it's a bit smaller, to be honest. Crazy. I think I'm going to have to disassemble this yet another time. So I'm going to put this piece over there. I'm not going to worry about the kneecap because essentially, I think it's all messed up. So we got A17 and A20. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a smaller venue this time. I'm not sure how many it'll hold because I think it's at the higher something downtown. I can't remember the name of the place, but essentially it's a bit of a smaller place from what I have heard. Oh, yeah, I need 6 and 7 here. But I'm looking forward to it. I actually want to get one of the Twitch hats. I want to order one of those hats. Although I like the Twitch hat. I'm not a big fan of purple, but I get it. Purple is kind of Twitch's color. I wish it was kind of all black, but that is definitely not the case. All right, so we have A6. And A7. I'm going to try to remember how. See, and this doesn't feel like it bends the other way. That's kind of weird. A7. And again, it's looking. That's weird. It's on the pictures. It looks like it should go the other way, but it's most definitely. That's how it goes. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, I did put it in backwards. Oh, no, I gotta disassemble that other leg again. The upper deck public house last time, we couldn't sit down almost until midnight. One dude took a whole table to himself playing a game on a laptop. Oh, wow. So you've been there before. Okay, so now I figured out this articulation is completely wrong on the other leg. Again, this is just coming down to building it several times to get it right in the first place. Which is, I guess, okay. Just kind of takes me a bit. Oh-wee. Kind of break those off. Yeah, that's not cool if that takes that long. You most definitely kind of want to sit down. Like, I know even at Moxie's, it was a bit to get a table last time when we sat down there. It was a bit to kind of find a spot, but you know, I guess that's the difficulty in it all. All right. So lining up the legs. You know, I think I'm wrong again. I think I am absolutely wrong. Oh, the last Twitch event. Yeah, Moxie's took a long time to get a table. That was a bit crazy. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of terrible when it takes that long to kind of get seated. I do get it though that you kind of want to socialize and stuff. That you sort of want to get out there. Why is that? It seems backwards. This. I think. My God. I've never wanted to read Japanese more in my life than I do in this moment. Oh, my. So it's like that. A8. A9. A10. So it does go back that way. Such a weird articulation. Put that in there. Short guy up in here. Sorry, short guy back up in here. B3. That's B7. And then we've got this piece here, and that piece there. I'm looking for another TV because my cousin took mine upstairs and I have nothing to play on. Oh man, that sucks, dude. Yeah, it'd be good to see you stream again. You know, you were so consistent and so going full force ahead up until your move, and then obviously you ran into some difficulties and kind of sucks. I built this like 3 times, and we're definitely going there. Everybody's loving my my little aliens. I don't know if it'll play there. It will play there. My little aliens, happy UFO day. I feel like we should have done a podcast today, seeing that Lloyd is so into aliens. So there you go. It does stand by itself, so that's a plus. And it is apparently the left leg, but again, I just need to put that other piece on there, I guess. I'll just build that up anyways. It's got to be right. I hope it's right. So we need B1... B1 4. This big guy. And that's the moment that you realize that all this time you put the foot on backwards. And that is actually the front, and the articulation is absolutely correct. My lack of understanding of Japanese. Get in there and get a good snip. Can. There we go. This one was a little far out, so just going to check for tabs. That one's a bit rough. I actually just switched to a gaming monitor recently. I moved everything upstairs to the office, which is kind of different. Initially, I didn't want to move anything up here because I'm always scared that I'm just going to be totally distracted and not do any work. There's C2. But, I mean, I guess if I'm going to distract myself, I have tons that I can distract myself with anyways, so. The other part is I do kind of like to step out of the space every once in a while. Just to kind of out there. So I'm going to need another sticker for this guy. So anybody have plans for the Stampede? I realized normally I don't start till Friday, and then I was just kind of double checking my stuff, and looks like I'm actually starting Thursday this year, so I've got a long haul. So normally I don't do Sneak a Peek, but Alexis on Fire is the opening band this year, so that's kind of cool. They've definitely got some good people playing this year, so it's kind of off the sticker. Yeah, I know I got burnt out of needing a break. Plus, my cousin is always harassing me about Battlefield 1. I can't more of that game because it feels like we play the same maps over and over again. Yeah, that's kind of the kicker with shooters, man, is you do play the same maps over and over and over again. I guess, you know, for me, it's always kind of, can I get good enough? But that's kind of a losing battle, too, I think, at times. Or I feel at times, because you just kind of get stuck in that, that always playing, trying to get better, so on and so forth, and then it's just, like, endless, as you mentioned. Absolutely endless. That'll end soon because Battlefield 5, I know they've got the alpha test going right now, which is kind of interesting. And I know a lot of people are playing that. A lot of the testers and the closed alpha. Been watching them stream. It looks decent, but, you know, it's kind of like all the games are the same. You know, it's interesting with shooters. I find that, you know, they're just sort of rehashing the same thing over and over again. I went back to play Call of Duty 3 on Black Ops because it was free on PlayStation for a little bit. So if you haven't been on the PlayStation Network, I recommend you download it. It's free. And it's a decent title anyways. I had it on Xbox, played it a bit. You know, I enjoy it because I just sort of jumping on, playing a few games, having a good time, and then jumping off. Not spending countless hours like I've done in the past. You know, yeah, I find that sometimes you kind of get that Oh my god, this is like super complicated, this piece. So that's going to go there. That's right, and then I need D5 and D7. I like Battlefield 1. I just never had anybody really to play with. Lloyd wasn't a big fan of it. When we played as a squad and as a team, it was really good. But just like any kind of game like that, I think people get bored playing a role and they just want to go be that superhero and run around the map and shoot everybody. But yeah, it was fun. You know, I still have it. I'll probably play it when more people are not playing it than anything else. So who knows? And I also found I like the campaigns a little bit, or a lot of it. Thought it was kind of neat. How those. Did I cut out the wrong piece? That's an 8. But that does not seem to be the right 8. This 8 looks different. No, it's D75. Well, that's definitely D5. I lost a piece. It's always my nightmare with this thing is that if I misplace a piece, I'm never going to finish it. Okay, let's go back to here. So that's going to click in there. That's good and clicked. And that's good and stuck. And I got all these weird little articulating pieces. That's what I love about them. There's just so much to these things. I'm not even sure why that piece is there. Maybe it's just to stop it from bending or something along those lines. There it goes there. There it goes there. All right. We have one articulating the correct way foot. It's a pretty robust robot. Sometimes I feel I want to get like super anal retentive and like get these seams nice and tight. I will go in and paint this later, I think. It's always a good time. So we got one leg done. Going back to the other one. We got A6, A7. We need A9. I have Season Pass for Battlefield, but somehow won't be able to play the new maps. What? Isn't there something they can do for that? Like, I'm sure you could send like a message to tech support or something. You would hope that they would fix that. It's a little ridiculous, if you ask me. That pay for something and then you don't get to use it. But I always find that with kind of companies that are on the internet and all that kind of stuff is they just kind of, I don't know, like it's like they don't care because you're not a person. You can't. It's impossible to get a hold of them. All that kind of stuff. We shall see. All right. So this time we definitely have the leg articulating the right way. We know how it's going to all pan out. And I'm not going to be super paranoid about it this time, hopefully. All right, we need A1. Which is right there. That's kind of a thick piece, that. I always wonder about cutting thick tabs because you're always worried that you're cutting a piece that's actually a piece versus a tab. So there we go, A1. Need A19 again. A19. PC6. Not sure what's going on with my browser. It's logging me off YouTube when I click a second screen. What? YouTube's been crazy lately, dude. I think they've messed it up. I don't know what they've done. It's interesting. I sent a tweet out today. I'll be talking about it on my stream tomorrow, but I haven't sent me anything back yet. I assume they might do something essentially tomorrow. Who knows? But let's see where it is here. I had some notifications, so maybe they did answer. No, not yet. So I actually sent a tweet to YouTube. So they made a statement about everybody's kind of cleared up July 31st. And I sort of put that there. They haven't got back to me. I look like I cleared on May 31st, so I'm not sure if their statement's accurate or not. But that's the thing. They probably won't answer me. They're not terribly inclined to do those kind of things. So, I mean, that's the crappy part with, video game companies and all that kind of stuff. It's like, they don't care because they already got your money. Saying sign into chat when I come back from my other stream. Weird. It's like the cookies logging you out or something like that. That is so strange. Again, I don't put it past YouTube to kind of make a giant mess of things. There we go. Got his joint all fixed together. Yeah, it's so weird, dude. I don't know what to tell you other than it doesn't surprise me. Oh, some U.S. whistleblower going on. Just got a notification from CNN. Who knows what they're doing in America now? Just gonna move that there. This will be a better setup. What do I need? I need B2. B2, B2, 3, B2, 2. Hey, that's super cool. I would definitely watch that. Dude, I love models. I super just love doing models. Um, I think maybe like I said, I've got a fair few of these left from my last trip. I kind of want maybe I don't know. You know, my YouTube channel is just such a plethora of things that I do. And I know my channel gets kind of penalized for it in the sense that you know, at the end of the day, I don't necessarily get the recommendations and I don't get the subscriptions and all that kind of stuff. If you are watching the stream and you are enjoying it, please do subscribe, by the way. Just because I do different stuff all the time. You know, but that's me. I'm not, I always try to say to people, it's weird. It's like, I'm not one dimensional. You know, I have interests. I do different things. You know, not every day is the same for me. And that's kind of how I like it. And, you know, I'm surprised that, you know, people, I don't know, they just want to almost like pigeonhole themselves and all that kind of stuff. It's like, why not go do the things that you love and share them and all that kind of stuff and view your channel like a television channel? In the sense that what you get today won't be what you get tomorrow. You might have a series. It might run for a long time. It might get canceled. You know, that's kind of how I look at it, you know. So I would be totally into seeing you do Star Trek models. You know, it would be cool to see, you know, going out and buying them, collecting them, all that kind of stuff. You know, I think that's super fun. It's just fun. Like, I don't know. This is, like I said, this is how I kind of relax, and I'm regretting kind of not doing this more before now. You know, it's always kind of, you know, the last thing on there, because I treated today like a holiday, like everybody else. I kind of got a bunch of stuff done. Although I got a bunch of vlog stuff done, I got a bunch of stuff edited, so I am ahead. I've got Stampede coming up. It's going to be super busy, so. I'm excited. You know, it's back on track. I kind of got a little derailed there for a few days, and for me that's weird. So I agree with you. Be right back. Gonna grab some snacks. Absolutely, dude. I'm gonna be here. This is going to take me a while. I mean, we're already an hour into it. I built a leg. So awesome. Thanks for tuning in, Oren. I do deeply appreciate it. And what are we on now? D1. Where are you? D1? Boink. And D1 goes right in there. In the back of the leg. Not sure how well this camera actually focuses, but sorry for punting around too much. So there we go. I think we've got autofocus on. I do. Got the mouse for the other computer. I do. It's got autofocus, so. I mean, let's see. We're just going to play around here. I apologize if this is, you know. So it's nice. You can get pretty tack sharp. This camera is actually really decent for a web camera. Although it is kind of focusing weird. There we go. So that's the piece we just put in behind the leg there. Kind of super cool. I like it. I like how it gets kind of creamy bokeh. The photographer in me kind of loves that shit. Yeah, because it focuses on me versus the piece. I'm going to try to take that off. And that's kind of, I think where I'll try to operate doing stuff. So there we go. That's that piece there. Just going to leave that there. And now we're on to B27. B27, again part of the leg assembly. Got to get D8 and D7. So there's D7. Piece, so tiny D7, and then we also need D8. D8. Assembled there. I don't know if I need to tilt that. Do I need to tilt that down? There we go. That's probably a better kind of view for you guys. Try to be conscientious of that. Seems to be focused fairly well. Again, this is the first time I've really kind of streamed the Gundam models, so and it was pretty fun. Nick was saying, if you haven't seen Nick's stuff, Nick Samurai Fingers, he talked about it today. He went to the Gundam Cafe. They've got a giant-sized, full-size, 1-for-1 scale Gundam model in Japan. I didn't get to see that when I went. It was one of the things I did want to do, but I did not see it. Although I was super into the Godzilla as well, you know, so that's also super cool. So there's B2. Just trying to set these up where I can see them, where I'm not just kind of rummaging through the same box all the time. So I got them kind of set up in weird little wonderful places. So that's A, and there's B1. I'm going to need C here. So B1, A1, B1, B2. There's C, that's E, there's C. So I need a C. What do I need? C something. C1. Ah, yes, C1. nice and tight. Sticker time. Not the most accurately placed sticker in the world. Make sure that the hook is down that way. Attach that in the pivot point. See, I did this last time and I should have done it the same again this time. Canada Day wasn't bad. I mostly worked this weekend. I had to finish essentially all the stuff for my documentary. So I put in for funding for my documentary film. We'll see what comes out in the next couple days. As I indicated to a lot of people that essentially I'll be doing it either way, whether I self-fund or get the money that I'm looking for grant wise. But I'm excited because it entails my trip to Singapore, going to the Shaolin Temple, all that kind of stuff. Very honored that I get to be part of the 150th year celebration. It's kind of a once in a lifetime thing, and that's cool. So lots of work for me in that sense. Did I just mess up something here? That was supposed to go there. That was supposed to go there. It's not paying attention to where the clips are. So yeah, it was good. I got to watch the fireworks for Canada Day from my office too. The nice thing is from here I can see all the way downtown, which is kind of neat. Oh my. There we go. So yeah, I got to watch the fireworks without having to go downtown. So there we go. The other leg coming together slowly. How about you, Oren? What did you get up to Canada Day? All right. We're getting there. We got the legs done. Almost. There we go. Should be good. Turn the page. That's a bit of an odd. Let's pause that because I don't want to overdo my stream. I had it playing in the background, so you kind of see. So got that. We got PC7, which we need. Would be nice to get a grant approved, trip to Japan, but not sure who to ask. I was working at Canada Day event at Cochrane and got a great view of the fireworks. That's cool. Yeah, it's nice when, you know, you work a job and it's got, you know, some little perks like that. It's on your Instagram stories. Okay, I'm going to check that out right now. I have to be following you on Instagram. I have to be. Thing is, I don't use Instagram a ton. Obi Dan, J Muse, J Hot, Big Z, Runs, Brian's. Am I not following you on Instagram? Oh my god. Darth Wiener, Kalela says. There we go, Oren Fox. I knew I was following you. On my way to work. Puppy. What you got cooking? It's awesome. Oh, that's sweet. That's an awesome view you had, buddy. That's cool. That is super rad. Yeah, I gotta get into Instagram stories. I just don't. I'm just not good at that stuff. Like oh man, I'm just so bad at it sometimes. I don't know what it is with me and Instagram. It's just, I should be on there being a photographer and all that kind of stuff. I am just the worst Instagrammer ever. I think it's probably because the only things I want to basically put out there are my actual you know, photography work and images, not just stuff that I shoot with my cell phone. So there we go. That's cool. That's put together. All right. We need B2. Go. Just want to get in there and get the best cuts. Make sure that there's no little can see no like little tabs kicking around, although there is on that one. So we'll just file that off. Go. I don't think anybody would ever see that, but you know, it's just kind of one of those things. Now I need D2. Need D5 and D7. Just going to angle that up a bit. Sorry, guys. There's D7. So you're heading down to the stand, as is tradition, all weekend long. I think this is all the D pieces gone. So this is D5, the last of the D. Yeah, it looks like that tray is completely killed, so that's good. I also need C2 this time around. I won't make this mistake. I will actually attach this before I click that in, making it a lot easier. Of course, we've got that. Slide that in. Nice, cool little hinge piece there. Like I said, that is a cool thing about all these little models, is that they've got these like little articulating pieces so well put together and all that kind of stuff. I just love them. Love them. I'll let the stream lagged out when you're about to ask a question. No, I was just asking if you were heading down to the Stampede, or anybody heading down to the Stampede. You know, any Stampede plans? I know that Stampede isn't necessarily the biggest thing for people who live in Calgary because, well, it just, you know, sometimes doesn't have the best reputation. You know, a lot of times people equate it to things like Mardi Gras, like one of the biggest parties in the world and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people come here just to get party on, and it doesn't necessarily bring out the best in people from time to time. So, you know, things like the Trampede and all that kind of stuff didn't obviously sit well with the city, and you know, but that's just kind of how the Stampede is, I guess. But I'm always there. I am every day. Again, I start on Thursday this week, which is kind of crazy. By the end of the Stampede, I am definitely done. Like, I am there so much in the evenings. And I usually do 1 or 2 weekend days. Typically Sundays, just because you can park for free in the city on a Sunday. A lot easier. So yeah, there we go. We got the sticker in that guy as well. So we're gonna finish up this leg. It's gonna click in, I hope. It is. And there we go. Got a boot. The boot in there. Sweet. We got 2 legs, and they both bend the right way. There we go. 2 legs. I feel like, you know, that Benny and June, where he kind of, Does that little dance with the feet and the apple and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure if somebody was crazy enough to put a black background and wear black gloves, you could do like dancing Gundam feet as a live stream for hours and hours, but that will not be me. Alright, so we got the two legs. It looks like they will both work, so I'm going to move those over to the side. Now we are on to the waist. A13 and 14. That's a B. So A13, A14. And that looks like the A tray is completely empty. So we're getting there. We're getting there. That's 2 trays out of them. There's only 3 trays left. So what do we have? We have this guy. And this guy. And how are we connecting? We're connecting small to... Is that how we're doing it? I guess that's how we're doing it. A little X spine going on. B1, 19, and 23. There's 19. Three. And then the X spine goes in this way. That's the waist, or the start of the waist. So we got B1, 20, and 22 to add on to this, which are some cool looking pieces. And we need number 20. There we go. Get these assembled together, and then guess we are putting this all in one wasty little goodness. I gotta put a couple stickers on there, number 5 and number 4. Number 5. Like. There we go. Oh, you see that? That's pretty bright there. So it is in place. There we go. Got the waist done, or that portion of the waist done. And then we've got B2, B1. Well, these are both 18, so B1 18. Maybe going to the Stampede. Yeah, it's, I mean, if I didn't have to work, I honestly probably wouldn't go. Is the honest truth. But I go every year, and I am down there for every day of Stampede. And by the end of it, like I said, I am so wastedly tired. It's not even fun at the end. You know, I try to make the most of it, try to pace myself, have some good food, all that kind of stuff. You know, have a good time. But I don't typically drink down there or go to any of the beer tents or anything like that because it's just a debacle. Debacle. 5. So we need 5 and 5. And those are going to go on either side of the waist. So 5. Rubber ones I don't cut necessarily because, well, you know they're going to be hidden sockets, so it's not a huge foul in my book. So they're just getting hinged. Hinge, and then basically socketing in there. Well, it's a bit of a push. And there. Well, I will say something about Stampede this year is they do have actually a decent lineup of guys. What the heck? Oh, it's talking about the mount. I think that says mounting. I don't know. It's kind of weird. All right. The moment of truth. body in there. Always worried these things are gonna just explode. There we go. Click. See, there we go. I popped something off. Somebody's texting me. What's going on? Or emailing me. I have a new invitation. Limited time offer for something, which I don't really care probably about. There you go. Hey, we got the body going. And now, the legs. Turn those. Keep on pulling that front piece off. This back into autofocus. I'm just going to move this a little bit back so you can see a bit better. So he's coming together nicely. Man, it's actually taking me terribly a long time. Ooh. Like I said, I keep on wrecking that one piece in the front just doesn't like to kind of stick. Seems a little... There we go. Looking badass, but you still need some weapons, so let's weaponize this guy. Oh! And that's what I mean. Sometimes I don't press these in. I feel like I'm going to break it before it kind of pops in, and I don't push it in far enough. Like I said, this, you know, super, super cool. These guys, like, they fully articulate, you know, all the arms, the movements, you can pose them. I need to get some stands because there are, like, little things where you can basically hook them in so you can make them look like they're actually flying, like they do in the cartoon. I mean, this is super awesome. This guy looks super sweet. You can articulate the wrists. You know, they're a little more delicate. You probably could glue them, all that kind of stuff, but I choose not to do that necessarily. All right, weapon time. We need to get to the weapon. This guy's got a giant lance, which is going to be this piece here. So ET, E2, E3. I'll just kind of move him over into the side a bit. Still. So yeah, you can see how massive this lance is going to be, which is super awesome. Yeah, he looks totally badass. Man, like I said, I regret not doing this sooner because I enjoy doing this so much. I think when I went to Japan, I was scared I was going to have them all done in the first week, and I just got busy, and then it just never sort of came to be. And I was actually just cleaning up the office here and found all of that. That lance is huge, actually. Take a look at that. That is a long, even in comparison to him as a character, it's like almost as tall as him, which is super sweet. There we go. I'll probably have to come in and glue that. Oh no, it's gone in. And that's the other thing that always amazes me about these kits is they snap together so well. Like, they are so well made. Like, there hardly seems to be a seam there, which is amazing given... Power Rangers Megazord. That would be awesome too. They had a lot of Power Rangers stuff when I was there last time as well. Not as popular, I think, as it once was. But, like, I mean, still definitely there. And still definitely making its presence known. So I need E3, which kind of doesn't look like any of these pieces. Oh, it's right there. Staring me right in the face. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the cool stuff that, you know, originated in Japan and stuff like that. Like, I mean, they've got all sorts of cool robots and all sorts of stuff well beyond what we ever see here. And I mean, it's just awesome to go into a toy store there. It is so completely overwhelmingly different. Even the Star Wars stuff. Kodabayashu, I think, is the name of the company that makes the stuff. I got some Bandai Star Wars stuff that all put together. I actually have a couple First Order Stormtroopers, and I have Captain Phasma as well that I need to assemble, which is kind of cool. I wanted the two just to, you know, because the 2-guard escort and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they had an entire store that was just Star Wars models, which was absolutely amazing. You know, and they just make such great stuff. Like, I have a lot. If you look at the set of Lloyd and JD, you'll see in the background I have a Kodabayashu Hulk, and I have a Kodabayashu Deadpool as well on the back of the set there. So... And I just like how they do some of these things, these simple things, like even just the color differences, just to give you a bit of color, even if you don't paint these things. So there we go. We need E1 and E4. We're almost there. Almost there. There's E1. There's E4. And of course we will click this guy in. That's the plan anyways. Shows a different kind of... Yeah, we're good. We should be good. So there we go. That is that. And now it is showing me... It's got to be one of the hands. Now the question is, which hand is it? I'm going to guess, based on the box, that is the left hand. So I'm going to pop the left hand out. Take that. Click that in. Is that going to work? I hope. Then we're going to click that hand back on. Not quite. Let's try that again. We go there. The hand should be right. Whoa. Do it that way. To me, it's easier to put that piece first. Then click on the hand. No one yet responded for TVs. TVs. Oh, you're doing the Kijiji thing or the marketplace on Facebook? Is that what you're doing? So there we go. Oh my God, that lance is huge. You can hear Bear barking in the background. Oh, so huge that his arm popped off. Let's see if we can... Aye. It's always weird trying to find a balance point for these guys. And with a big long lance, this is no easy feat. Maybe if I adjust the feet. Speaking of feet. There we go. I'll kind of spin them this way. Still not 100% done. Do have a couple more pieces, but he is looking pretty badass. So I need E7 and E6. E7. E6. I believe that is another tray completely emptied. It is. So we'll get that out of the way. That tray is also empty. I think we're all our trays other than B21, which is coming right up. So we got B21. Cut him out. Okay, B21 just magically kind of dropped. I did not see where it bounced. Well, this is the fun part. Nothing dropped. Now the big question is, what happened to it? Oh no! What? The last piece? It's not caught in any of the folds of my clothing. I didn't even hear it hit anywhere. That's the crazy part. I wanted to stream an old turn-based game I used to play, but won't cooperate when Alt-Tab output to OBS. Oh no. Crazy. I don't know what happened to that piece. You know, I'm sitting at a desk here. My office is definitely a mess, but I did not see where that bounced at all. It's most definitely not in the box. It is most definitely not there. And I'm going to have to like rewind the stream or something like that later on and find out where that piece went, because he is not anywhere to be seen. That's really kind of weird. Really kind of weird. So yeah, this piece just basically folds up and attaches to his back. Or he has his secondary handpiece weapon. Aha! Found it. There we go. The AWOL piece. That's kind of the scary thing when you're actually doing these things, is that if any piece kind of goes missing, it's done for. It's absolutely done for. I know you can send off to get the pieces. So yeah, this folds up. It can go as a weapon, as a sword, but it just kind of folds up. Goes in the clip in his there. And then basically that piece attaches to his back. So right there. So cool little fold out short weapon. Now apparently these can come out. Oop, see again, these things get a little weird. There we go, it's all attached. His arm just fell off. Now it just popped out. It's just like one little thing after the other. So we'll squeeze that in nice and tight. We'll pop his arm back in his socket. I lost another piece there when I put him down. Which piece was that? That looks like it was off a leg, which it was. All right, so there we go. He is all 100% put together. Click off the autofocus here. Do a little hand focus. So that should be the perfect range for him there. He's looking pretty badass. So there you have it. Gundam from start to finish. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Especially all of you. There's a few of you that stayed the entire stream. Thank you so much for that. I deeply do appreciate it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the stream, all that kind of good stuff. I'm always live, the Daily JD, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you've enjoyed this and happen to watch the replay, please do leave a comment below. Let me know this is something that you would like me to see me do again. And because I do have quite a few of these left over. And again, thanks again for tuning in, guys. That is it for me today. Have a great rest of your long weekend if you've had the weekend off. And until next time, see ya.